So welcome back. Today I'm going to be finishing July's Ipsy makeup tutorial looks. I don't know how I got behind on everything, but I did. So I'm trying to catch up. Another nice update is that apparently you're not allowed to stagger your bag and box to every other month, so instead I'm going to have them both coming on the same month every other month, and then that's it, I guess. I tried to get them through support to like set that up for me because it wouldn't let me do it on the website, and they're like, yeah, no, we can't do that. And like, I don't understand why you can't do that. Like, that should be a thing. Like, if I'm having both, what if I don't want both every month? Like, I just want like one every other. So I'm not sure how much I like that. There's a very good chance that I go back to getting them every month, but I didn't get any for August because of that reason. So I only have July's, and I missed out on whatever August was, and I'm afraid to look because I'm afraid I'm going to be sad for missing out on it. So, currently I have them set up every other month. I'll double check in September whether or not I want to try to go back to monthly, but currently, like I said, I'm just hoping for the best. I'm going to try talking to support again and seeing if there isn't a way that maybe we could make that happen for me. Otherwise, there's a very good chance that I make a second account and then have them alternating months that way, because that seems to be the best way to do that, which seems like I'm scamming the system, and I don't want to have to do that, but I also don't. Well, I just want to do it the way I want to do it. I don't see the problem here. I don't, and it's annoying me. But anyway, so that's my Ipsy update, and I'm sorry for taking up so much of this video to complain. So July's Glam Bag and Glam Bag Plus both came with very similar items. They both had eyeshadow, highlighter, and mascara, which means I basically have to do them separately, you know, unlike June's where I was able to kind of combine them because I got different products for both. It's not a bad thing, but it does kind of suck. Not like for my videos, but like in general, because although the mascara, the highlighter, and the eyeshadow were all different, they're also very, very similar. Like, I definitely don't need 2 mascaras in a month, which is, again, why I'm trying to do this every other month, because then I won't get double products like this. And then the eyeshadow was very similar. You know, like the Glam Bag Plus got a ton of them, you know, not a ton, you know, I got like 4 or 5. 4? I don't know, I can't remember. Anyway, but the Ipsy Glam Bag just had the one because, you know, it's a trial thing and I get that and that's fine. Except that shade was very close to 1 or 2 of the other shades in the other box, if not practically identical. It's a different brand, so there's a very good chance it's actually identical and it's just... and then I got highlighters. So you know what? Actually, instead, I'm gonna change this midstream. Anyway, so instead, I'm gonna do half of a face. Why not? We'll test out the way that the Glam Bag Plus differs from the Glam Bag, and how close the shades actually match, and the differences in the highlighter and the mascara, because I feel like in the Ipsy Glam Bag, it's, I don't want to say cheap, like that's a bad word to use for it, but I guess that's kind of what it goes. The like cheaper versions, I guess, of the nicer stuff that they have in the Glam Bag Plus box. So we can see how they compare, and I know from prior experience of the Ipsy Glam Bag that the mascara that I got from there is nice mascara, or at least I really liked it. It's one with like a curve wand, yeah, which definitely helps me, at least. I appreciate the curve because it helps bring your eyelashes out. And it's one I've used and I'm actually almost out of, so I'm kind of glad I got a replacement for. I don't use highlighters though, so like I have no idea what to do with a highlighter. I know you're supposed to put them like on your cheekbones. I know some people put them on the jaw lines, and then you can put them like the tip of your nose and like under your eyebrow, but like I don't I don't really use it. So I think we'll just do it on our cheekbones and see how it goes, except the Glam Bag Plus has like a whole palette, so like we'll just pick one and see. And then, you know, we'll just see how it goes, because the other things I got were the Ipsy Glam Bag had the face mask, and then the Glam Bag Plus had a spray and some kind of face something. I don't know, I forget. I'm sorry. It's been so long. Like, I'm at the end of August, so these were delivered like the beginning of July, and I just catching up, okay? So yeah, we're gonna do that instead. We're gonna figure out how this goes. Also, I don't know how to apply a highlighter, so I have this brush. I'm hoping that it works. But again, since I never use it, I don't actually know how to use it. So we'll see. This is gonna be great. Super great. Okay, so I'll just tuck these out of the way. Little stringy hairs here and see how it goes. So, okay. I had it like sitting here, and I don't know why I wasn't like just looking at it when I was talking about this stuff. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so from our Ipsy Glam bag, just the bag, this was the highlighter that we had, which is Glow 2 highlighter. And then we have the Benefit Roller Lash was the mascara, which I remember really liking. And then we have Colored Rain, which I'd never heard of, and this shade is called Who Me. If I can open it. There we go. And it's kind of like a tan, you know, tannish brown color. It's got a lot of shimmer to it. So that's going to be on this side of my face, because I'm putting it on this side of me. So we're going to keep it simple. This is what the highlighter looks like, which is kind of another like tannish beige color, so they're gonna really match. Okay, so that's all on this side. And then on the Glam Bag Plus side, we have Huda Beauty's 3D highlighter palette, which just, it scares me already. And I guess on here they have one that says like, you know, it shows it being used on like the lips and the eyes and the cheeks and the nose and the eyebrows, and I don't know how to use this, but it does have a prep, set, sculpt, and flush. So it's telling you how to smooth the skin. The set is from cheek to temple. The sculpt is for cheekbones, under the cheekbones for shape and dimension, which is probably the only one I'll actually end up using today. Just because I've tried not to overdo my other side of my face. And then there's a flush, which is supposed to be on my cheeks for a healthy glow, which is like a blush. That's that like pinkish color down here. But this will probably be the only one that we use, because I'm trying to, you know, mash them out a little bit. Then we have Superheroes It as the mascara from the Glam Bag Plus, and it doesn't really look like my camera's focusing. And then we have four. Okay, so we had four. We have four different Naked Cosmetics eyeshadows. So these are our colors. I know that's kind of a bad way to do it, but it's fine. I'm going to try to match, since the highlighter and the eyeshadow from the Glam Bag matches, I'm going to try to match the highlighter and eyeshadow that we're doing from the Glam Bag Plus, which honestly either one of these would probably work. I'm trying to get them up to the top so I don't have to actually open it. Yeah, like they're just similar enough that I think either would work. So we're going to take this more goldish color and try to use that. So wish me luck, guys, because I have no idea what I'm doing. Which, I mean, when do I ever? So it's fine, it's fine. Okay. So we're gonna start from the Ipsy Glam Bag and see how it goes. So this was, like I said, this was our eyeshadow, which is like that tannish brown, very shimmery, called Who Me by Colored Rain. I have a very awkward brush today. I kind of grabbed a straight one. I forget what they're called. Anyway, I don't feel like getting up to grab another one, so we're just gonna we're gonna wing it. And I gotta figure out how to kind of brush it off enough to use the other one as well without having too much carryover. Whew. I don't know how well this will translate. It is very shiny shimmery just on the brush, which is actually really nice to see. So let's see what we're doing here. Should have taken one of those palettes that they gave us before that had the mirrors on them, so I could, you know, see what I was doing. Hindsight's 2020. Oh, see, that's actually really nice. It's like very simple, kind of neutral, natural looking, very neutral is a better word for it. But it's very nice. Like, I actually really like this shade. Like, it is very pretty, and it's very pigmented, and like I said, it looked really nice just on the brush. And that's always a really good sign for me. Like, if you can take it off and, you know, have it straight on the brush and it looks really good, then that's, you know, a really great sign. So this is what the mascara brush looks like. Like I said, it's curved, and I always really liked that to put it on. Like, I had one of these from before, you know, like last year or the year before. It's not like they recycle them that often, but I've had these off and on forever, so it feels like it sometimes. But I'm actually running out of it now because of how much I used it, so it's nice. And this is a travel size, so I mean, I guess I should say how often I wear makeup and how often I use it, because I don't actually wear a ton of makeup all the time, so... Oops. But it really like works with the lashes, and like you can see them getting darker and like being pulled up with the mascara when I was using it, and I always just really enjoyed that, you know. It just make them look a lot nicer. Okay, so we're gonna try this highlighter, and again, I have no idea what I'm doing, so we're just gonna put them on the cheekbone, and we're just gonna hope for the best. So that's like right here. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this on this one, and again, I also don't know how to put this on, so hopefully this works. Just right on the cheekbone. I can't even tell if it's working because my light in here is so bright. Oh, yes, I would say that is working. Anyway, so there's the highlighter. Let's see if there's like, so you can see maybe without the light. Oh, then you just can't see it. Anyway, so that's what that looks like. Just the highlighter on it, which I imagine you're supposed to actually set a face and then put a little bit, and it's just supposed to be like shiny, shimmery, catch the light type of a thing, which it definitely catches the light. I also imagine you're probably supposed to blend it out a little bit more than I'm actually, you know, attempting to do right now, but you can definitely tell where my cheekbone is. Oh, forgive me. Anyway, I really do like I said, I really like the eyeshadow though. I like the look that that gives me. Very like neutral, outdoor, summer look. Like, it's very light, you know, and I like that. I think that looks really nice. So we're just gonna hop over here and hope that the Glam Bag Plus's stuff works just as well. And I'm just trying to brush some of this off from the other eyeshadow so it doesn't carry it over. The problem with this though too is that this is it's very loose. I don't like working with loose ones that often. Usually they require a base, but I am trying not to make this too complicated. So we're not going to put one down, and we're just going to hope that it works out. So I'm actually just going to take a little bit off of the lid instead of from inside, and I'm going to take this off my knee before I accidentally throw it off. I think that'll probably be the better way to do it here, you know, this way. This is also very pigmented. This has a lot more of like a gold to it than like that tan color of the other one, but they are still very similar, you know, looks. But like I said, with the loose powder like this, typically it requires having a base on it, you know, to like stay and like look nice. You know, you need the primer or some kind of lighter eyeshadow to put underneath it for it to like stay. And you can see that these actually sort of match. Like they are actually very closely related, you know, in color. So this one does still have like that little bit of gold, and because I don't have a base on it, it's not as like bright and popping as it could be. And this one's a little bit more tan, and because it's its own, you know, pressed powder, it actually pops a little bit better. But they still look very similar in color, and see, that's kind of what I was worried about. You know, I didn't want to do two different videos for basically the same look since I got the same stuff. So then that's why we're just combining them and comparing. So we're going to try out this new eyeliner, which is not, or mascara, which is not something that I've tried before. This bottle is like super thick, and I don't, mascara tubes can be sometimes, ooh. Okay, I already don't appreciate it. I don't know if you can see that very well. The wand is like very, very thick, and it's like very clumpy already. Like it's super clumpy. So I'm actually kind of worried about putting this on my face because I'm worried it's gonna all get like attached together. So I'm not entirely sure how well this will work, but it could pleasantly surprise me. The wand may just look, you know, really weird, and it might actually have a really good vibe. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, see, it's kind of clumping in my eyelashes, or yeah, my eyelashes too. It's like sticking, and now they're sticking together. I hate that about certain mascaras, and that's why I always really like to look at the brushes, because usually you can tell, and see, I can tell it's really thick because I can see it, versus not being able to see this one. And I don't like that. Like, I really don't like that feeling at all. And that's why I like looking at the wands more than I actually care about like who made it, or like what, you know, what the bottle looks like or whatever. Like, I need to see the wand. I don't like the ones that are like real thick, and I don't like them how they clump up real bad in certain ones. Like, this seems to be one of those ones. Like, it might have come in the Glam Bag Plus. It might be the nicer version, but it's not nice. I don't like it. This is Superhero It. Okay, again, oh, that's upside down. And that's up to you. Like, if you like the more like clumpy, like long looking, and like, look, I just barely put my finger on it and it's all coming off on here now too. Whereas, I mean, this one's had a little bit of time to dry, but obviously there's nothing there. I'll let it dry a little bit more, but I can see it, and like, I hate that about mascara, which is kind of the reason why I don't wear fake eyelashes. I don't want to be able to see them. Like, I don't care. Like, you're not supposed to see them normally, and I have plenty of mascaras like this one that just, you don't see it. It's not gonna be clumpy or weird and like wet. Now it's wet, and I'll try it again in a minute when it's got a little bit of time to dry, but I already don't like this very much, so that's probably on my no-go list. Which I don't get very often with Ipsy. Like, I tend to use all of their products. I might not use like, this had the Aqua Bomb like cream in it, and this mist, you know, but I don't have a routine either like you're supposed to, and eventually I'll get around to getting one because it's so good for your skin, and my skin is not that great. So I could definitely use it, but I also don't have a lot of time on my hands, so I'm gonna have to find one that's like 5 minutes, like maybe 10 minutes max, and it's really easy to do. Maybe when I get some more of these Ipsy Glam Bag Plus products, I can, you know, narrow down one that's really going to be great. But I have really sensitive skin too. Makeup doesn't always tend to bother it, but I also don't tend to put like full faces of anything either. So really all I'm doing is like my eyes when I do makeup, because I really only use eyeliner, mascara, maybe some eyeshadow. So it makes sense that, you know, there's not a whole lot touching me, and I have found like the two foundations that I've used were known to be fine with sensitive skin, and that's why I got them. So I have a hard time wanting to use some products for skin stuff, you know, because I'm afraid that they're just not going to work out. But anyway, I'm going to keep finishing up this look. We're going to put on some of this highlighter and see how it goes. So this is the TD, like I said, that brown one from this highlighter palette. And we're just gonna do what I did with the other one and see how well that works out. Okay, well, this is probably not made for my skin tone because look how like orange and tan that is, and I am way too pale for this crap. I should have used the like later one. That's a no. This is for tan people. Ugh, should have used the pink or the, you know, the like gold one. But it's fine. That's why we're testing it out. So you probably are not going to want to use the Tahiti one if you don't have some color to your skin like me, because look at how brown that is. You can just tell that there's definitely something there and that I probably shouldn't be wearing makeup to do it. I'm, like I said, I'm not much of a makeup person anyway. Like, I prefer stuff that has to do with my eyes, and that's pretty much all I do. And if I'm not eating, if I'm not going out just to eat, I'll do something with my lips. But I don't really care to do a full face because I like my freckles, and a lot of the foundations, they try to hide that, like, that you're trying to, like, cover it up, and I don't like that at all. So I try not to do it too often. Then I don't wear a lot of blush because I get red quickly anyway, so if I'm out in the sun at all, it's going to be red regardless. And that's it. Like, that's really most of your makeup stuff. I will eventually find a skincare routine, and hopefully I'll be able to share that with you. I'll probably document some of my attempts. But when we're looking at this, like I said, this is a no. Maybe if I had tried one of the other colors, but I also don't use highlighters. Although this one turned out okay, although it's very bright in the sun. I don't know. I can't see the camera at the same time. I don't know if it actually catches the light like the other one does. But the eyeshadows are basically the same, and since I prefer pressed ones over loose powders, just for it's less work to put on and they're very colorful, I definitely prefer the one that also came from there. And as we established well by now, I definitely prefer the mascara that came with that one too. So in the July bag of the things that I have used, I prefer the things that came in the regular Glam bag than I did over the things that came in the Glam bag plus. I will never use this mascara again. And it did dry, but I still got like a flake of black on it, and like, but I can still see it. And I don't think there's too much of a difference in the way, you know, that they made my eyelashes look. And I'm gonna prefer something that's easier to put on, that I don't have to wait to dry, and that kind of thing. So I'm not gonna use that mascara again. That's just not gonna happen. I'm probably never going to use the highlighter palette because I don't really use highlighter. I don't use a lot of stuff, so like that's also not going to happen. The loose powders I probably won't use unless I'm already putting on a full face, because then I'll already have primer down for foundation and whatnot. Otherwise, I just tend to use, the brighter pressed powders. And I'm not sure about the skincare stuff yet. Like, I will eventually try those out and see how they go. But, like, that's the majority of that box that I'm just not going to use. And that's kind of that's why I like having both, I guess, at the same time. Maybe I will just keep both of them always. Because I can compare and see what they get, and the things that, just because they're supposed to be nicer in the Glam Bag Plus doesn't mean that they are nicer. And it also kind of just depends on, like what you're really liking. And I've had my profile set up for a really long time, and it's still kind of at like the beginner stage, and I should really probably go in and change my preferences, which is really easy to do. Especially if you've got the app, but it's also super simple to do on, the laptop, desktop, whatever you use on the computer. I should really change it to say that I really only prefer like eyeliners. Like, I don't really need mascaras anymore, because I got a ton and I don't use a ton of it. But like eyeliners, eyeshadows, but preferably not the loose powder ones, no highlighters. Like, I'm done with the nail polishes because I already have a ton of nail polish, and I don't use them anymore because I was getting my nails done. I really need to update my preferences is basically what I'm saying. I'm gonna do it and see. Since I didn't get anything this month, I can set it up, and hopefully next month they can kind of redo it. Like, they have time, they don't ship out until like the 5th or the 10th or something like that. Like, they charge on the 1st of every month, but it gives them time to put together the boxes. So I have a little bit of time, but I'm gonna try to get it done quickly so that way you know, maybe my next bag and box will be fine. So they're both set to come out next month, and I think I'll just keep them as an every month thing and do the the compare. Like I said, just because it's supposed to be better doesn't mean it's actually better. And just like some of the serums and stuff that we got, even though they're expensive, I don't know why they're all that expensive. But I feel like beauty, they just, they see beauty products and they can tell you that it's anti-age, and then, then they can just charge more. And I feel like the makeup industry is just like that in general. Like, they try their hardest to like really draw people in, and then they charge as much as they can possibly get away from, with it. Especially bigger brands, who have the weight of their name behind them. And that's not what I'm here for. I don't care about brand names. That's why I buy a lot of my stuff from the Dollar Tree. I just care about how well a product can be used. I just care about how nice it makes me look. I don't care about anything else. So I like comparing the two bags because, it gives me a better idea of what they're considering something to not, like, to be good but not really good, and then what they think is like the high-end tier. And I'm wondering if it's more of a name thing than it is of an actual product thing. But they put their name behind it too, so they must like it somewhere somehow. But maybe it's just not my forte and it'll be yours. But this is what we got again in the July box, and this is the makeup look I kind of went with. It's very summery, very like tan, bronze, highlighter, that kind of thing. So it worked out well for what it did. Like I said, I didn't get anything for August, but I will be getting both of them for September, so be on the lookout for those ones. And sorry for all of the rambling again. I cannot help myself. Thank you for coming, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!